Hello there, and welcome to Key Benefits of Going Out of Your Comfort Zone. Sorry about our technical difficulties. We were trying to have two computers open. We were really hoping that might work, but apparently it doesn't.
Good evening, everybody.
I am Jill Stein, and
I am Tiffany Kiefer. And we are your hosts for this evening.
yes, welcome.
And thank you for being with us on our very first webinar. So bear with us. You are in for a treat and a ride. We are super excited for you to learn how to go out of your comfort zone and for us to go out of our comfort zones.
That's totally true. All right, so we want you to see our faces. We are actually here together. So we're kind of going to be squished in the screen as we come on. Hi! This is Tiffany Kiefer, and Tiffany is amazing. You can read a little bit about her on the slide that's popped up, but she has lived internationally and lived a crazy, crazy, amazing life. And the things that she does for people to lift them up and to empower them, and her teachings about the law of attraction have changed my life and have changed the lives of so many other people that I know. So I'm super excited for those of you that are on that already know her. You're already excited. And for those of you that haven't met her yet, you're in for a really, really big treat.
Thank you so much, Jill. I am very blessed to be on this call with all of you. And Jill, for those of you that don't know my partner, Jill Stein, she is an amazing coach and master manifester. She has brought tremendous, tremendous joy to my life and has definitely lifted myself and numerous people around the wedding industry. She is an amazing event coordinator and has hosted thousands of events and hosted thousands of talks all over the country. So you are in for a huge treat to learn how to go out of your comfort zone. She's actually taught me how to go out of my comfort zone. So I'm really excited to learn from her as well. So without further ado, we are ready to go out of our comfort zones with you. So thank you so much for being on this journey with us. We are excited for things to come. So you've seen inspirational quotes, right? And you get to go out and try new things all the time. But you have to excuse me, I get nervous. Talk about going out of your comfort zone.
You're so sexy. That's what our coaches say. If somebody screws up or gets nervous, if you tell them they're sexy, then nobody can feel bad if somebody's telling them that they're sexy.
Oh, that is so true. So absolutely never.
Woohoo,
I'm so sexy. So definitely you don't ever want to give up. You see inspirational quotes, you see affirmations all the time. But what that does is it actually, there's a science between going out of your comfort zone. It's right outside of that comfort zone that amazing things happen. And that's what we're going to do today is we are going to teach you how to go just outside your comfort zone and give you the tools to do that. So we're super excited to do
that. So you will never know your limits unless you push yourself to them. So that is the key element as to why you need to get outside your comfort zone. And it's hard sometimes to identify if we're actually stuck in our comfort zone. So we actually put out a little thing recently with some keys, some ways to figure out if you might be stuck in your comfort zone. So we're just going to do a check right now for all of you, just to kind of think about, why are you on this call? You're probably on this call because you felt like maybe you were stuck inside your comfort zone, but we're going to help you identify that just a little bit further.
So before we get started, I just want to verify that everybody can hear me. Can everybody raise your hand, or can you put in the comments that you guys can hear us? Yes. Okay, good. You guys
Awesome.
can hear us. Yay!
Yay! Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Yay. Okay.
Okay, so are you stuck in your comfort zone? So what's the number one way that I might know that I'm stuck in my comfort zone?
Well, one thing that I notice when I'm stuck in my comfort zone is I pass up opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest opportunities that I almost passed up on was on the Law of Attraction cruise.
Yeah.
I almost didn't get in that hot seat, because I didn't want to go to the seminar.
So if you're finding that things are popping up, but you're letting them just kind of pass by you, either you're just letting it happen, or maybe you're even making excuses, that could be a really big indication. Another one is that you have a very fixed routine. Some people are very OCD and they need routine in their life, but if you getting outside your routine just a little bit really freaks you out, then there's a really good indication that you're stuck in your comfort
zone. Jill, another thing that I have found is a lot of times people avoid meeting new people.
Mm-hmm.
They think, I remember I was coaching this one person and they said I gave them a challenge and they had to go outside their comfort zone and they had to meet people. And I gave them 10 things that they had to go out and do. And she went and put all the 10 things on windows, on the car windows,
right.
rather than meeting people, because that was her way of meeting somebody. That was her way of connecting.
Right.
Well, she connected, but she did it halfway.
Yeah, I would
she
have
didn't
to say
actually
so.
engage.
So if you avoid meeting new people, that could be a big indication there. Number 4 is you avoid trying new things. So you have your activities that you like to do, and you maybe have always thought, oh, that would be fun, but I'm not going to try that because that's not for me. So avoiding trying new things is definitely a big indication.
Ooh. How about
Number 5.
How about you don't like going out? Well, that's definitely not me. I like going out, but you don't like going out. You don't like going out with friends. You don't like networking, but you don't. You just are a homebody. So that could be another thing that you can be stuck in your comfort zone, and that's what we're going to help you today. We're going to help you push through those boundaries. Get through that, and help you spread your wings and fly.
And it's not just not going out. Sometimes if you're out a little later than you're used to being out, I know that gets to me. Like if it just starts to get a little bit too dark, or I'm used to being home by a certain time, it's like when I was a little kid.
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
with the street lights.
I need to be home. But it's winter and it's only 4:30, and I'm my age that I am, that will not be said, and I feel like I need to get home, even though I don't have to. I can stay out now as late as I want.
So raise your hand if you feel stuck. If you feel stuck, or put in the comments if you feel stuck. Yeah. Lots of people are raising their hands, saying that they feel stuck.
Yeah, so why do we need to get outside of our comfort zone? It's all about discovery. And the only way to progress and to change and move forward in your life is to get outside of your comfort zone. I remember one of my biggest opportunities was almost passed up because I was afraid to get out of my comfort zone. As Tiffany said, I was a wedding planner, and I was planning a lot of weddings. I was planning about 40 weddings a year in Santa Barbara, California. And I was happy, but I did want to raise my income level. But I was at capacity for how many weddings I could do. I was charging what the market would bear, and I was managing a private estate. And somebody came to see that private estate that rented out for events. And she worked for a company that puts on a conference every year. And she said, we're interviewing for our conference manager. And I thought to myself, well, I do weddings. I do social. I don't do business. I don't do conferences. But I thought, well, this could be a good opportunity to make a little extra money. So I stepped outside my comfort zone and I interviewed for that contractor position, and I got it. And that was 14 years ago. And I've been doing that conference ever since. And it has added $84,000 a year to my bottom line.
Wow.
All because I stepped outside my comfort zone of just doing social and being in the wedding industry. So the things we're going to teach you today could really make a really big impact in your life, because if you teach yourself to be willing to do that, look at what it did for me. So that's just one of the reasons I'm super excited to share all of this about comfort zones. Yeah.
So, are you ready?
Yes.
To go out of your comfort zone? Woo!
Tell us what we're going to learn.
So, our agenda today is, what is a comfort zone? What is a comfort zone? And how did you form a comfort zone? You know, where did it come from? What is it? And reasons, you know, to get out of it, out of your comfort zone. And how do you break free from it? How do you leave it behind? And why is it important to actually touch base with it? So we're telling you to break free and touch base, kind of condescending, but we're going to tell you why. And most importantly is to believe in yourself. We're going to teach you that too.
Yes. And we want to make sure that you stick with us till the end of the call. We're not going to keep you late, we promise, because we are going to have a free gift for you, for everybody that's on the call. And we have a really big, fun, super offer. So it's exciting. So stick with us till the end, till the end.
You got to stay to the end.
Yes.
Super exciting. So what exactly is a comfort zone? Is it your happy place? A comfort zone is a place where activities and behaviors fit into a routine, like we talked about, or a pattern. It minimizes stress and risk. Kind of like a happy place, I'd say. Wouldn't you say?
Yes.
I like the happy place. I don't like that definition.
Your comfort zone is your happy place?
Yeah, I like that definition.
Yeah. Okay. You can go with whatever definition you want. So what does your comfort zone do for you?
It makes me feel happy and provides less stress, and it also lowers my anxiety.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's okay. Awesome. So why do we need to get out of our comfort zone? And where did they come from? How, when, and why did we form our comfort zones? So knowing the answer to this question really is going to be key to us getting out of the comfort zone, because sometimes there's things that we're stuck in our ways and we don't even know why. And identifying why can make us realize that it's not quite as scary as we think it is to get outside that comfort zone. The one thing, and I'm sure you've all heard a little bit about this before, but a lot of things, a lot of reasons we have our comfort zones came to us when we were very, very young, because we were told at a young age what we could and couldn't do. And a lot of this was to keep us safe. Like, don't run across the street without looking in both directions. But a lot of us were also told, don't talk to strangers. Well, sometimes things that we were taught at a young age don't really serve us anymore, because these days, especially if we're in business, talking to strangers is a really good thing. So we have to kind of look back, what things in our lives that make us uncomfortable, maybe they came from when we learned a lesson that we just don't need anymore. So that's one really key element. And then beyond childhood, there are things that happen to us as adults that also form our comfort zone. Traumatic or embarrassing situations. Maybe we did step out on a limb at one point when we were a young adult and it didn't work out. So we've kind of decided, oh, well, we're never going to do that again. Maybe we applied for a job that we weren't quite sure we could get. The chances were slim and we didn't get it. So then we stopped trying. And that kind of leads into the next one, work situations. Things happen at work, especially with unpleasant coworkers, because we do all have some of those at some point. And we get into situations that make us feel really uncomfortable. And they set the triggers in our mind that keep us from stretching later on. So that's one thing to keep in mind as we're teaching you to reach outside your comfort zone is, wow, I'm feeling really uncomfortable. Well, why? Is it justified or not? And also financial stress can really set us up in our comfort zones. I know I was looking at our picture, not at the camera, huh? I have a really strong point here because there was a time in my life when I was really, really broke. And I always kept as much cash in the bank as I could, and I would pay my bills late just in case there was an emergency. And it's really hard for me to get out of that. I'm trying to teach myself, don't pay late fees. You have the money to pay now. But it's my comfort zone of having that cash in the bank, and it's not serving me. So it's time for me to let that part of my comfort zone go.
Yeah.
And then, of course, physical or emotional trauma absolutely will set you up and put a lot of borders around your comfort zone and make it hard for you to reach outside that bubble.
Absolutely. So reasons to leave your comfort zone. You know, that's where the magic happens. That's where awesome things happen. You know, but most importantly, it's the only way to change.
It is.
Truthfully, going out of your comfort zone is the only way to change because you have new experiences, new things happen, awesome things happen, new opportunities happen, both in personal, work, great opportunities happen. You might have a missed opportunity happen because you get courage, you grow, you trust in yourself. That's what's great about being outside your comfort zone. That's what's wonderful about growing outside your comfort zone, because you change, you grow, you develop courage within yourself, and then you trust yourself to go just outside your comfort zone, and then you trust yourself to go a little bit more outside your comfort zone. And then when a big opportunity happens, you're okay to say, yes, I'm ready. I'm ready to take that chance. I'm ready to leap. I'm ready to fly. And you go for it because now you trust yourself to do it.
Yeah.
So, you know, your comfort zone is here, but just outside your comfort zone is where awesome things happen. So let's go.
Yeah. I think we're there.
Yes. I have to agree. The more I talk, the better I get.
All right. So to back that up, it's not just about us saying great things happen outside your comfort zone. We're gonna really tell you why. We're gonna break down the nitty gritty as to, well, why is that where the great things happen?
So when you break free out of your comfort zone and you try new things, you actually, truthfully, become more productive because you're not stuck. You're not like in the mud, in the muck, and just bleh, you know. You're more productive. You're more focused, and things come more easily. You know, it's more with ease and grace, and things just flow and they go downstream, and you know, things just really just flow.
And new and unexpected experiences occur. So things can't change without new things happening, right?
That's so true.
But new things can't happen unless things are changing. So it's a vicious cycle when you're stuck inside your comfort zone and nothing new is ever happening. There's never change.
It's almost like the hamster wheel.
It is.
You go around.
Get in the hamster wheel. So it's not as scary as it sounds, but you want to get out there and start experiencing new things because that sparks creativity, right? I'm getting ahead of myself.
That's okay.
But you're able to push your boundaries when you get outside your comfort zone. Because when you're inside your comfort zone, then there's nothing that's challenging you. Sure. And we thrive when we're challenged. We really thrive when we're challenged, when our brain is stimulated. And that leads into the creativity part of it. Because our brain, when it's in comfort mode and it's just on automatic pilot, it isn't having to think of new ideas. It isn't having to get creative.
True.
And creativity is really where amazing things in our lives lie. And that's across the spectrum. That's not just in the arts, but in business and everything, and meeting new people. That's all creative. In planning a vacation, an amazing vacation, that's all comes out of creativity. And creativity comes when we're doing new things, which is outside of our comfort zone.
And
Yeah.
and also what the other thing that you touched on, but you didn't say, is growth.
Yes.
Major growth happens when you go outside your comfort zone. You know, everything that what you said is all the details of what growth is, right?
Yeah.
And overall self-improvement. You know, you actually become a better person when you're challenged, when you stimulate yourself, and when you decide, hey, I'm worth this. When you decide that enough's enough, and I'm going to go outside this house, and I'm going to be somebody, and I'm going to go outside and make a change. And that's what's important.
And we're not saying it's easy, because this is an important part of it. I wanted us to make sure we mentioned, we're not saying it's going to be easy to get outside your comfort zone.
No.
And it's important for you not to think it's easy. Brene Brown tells us one of the worst things we can do is pretend that fear and uncertainty doesn't exist. We know that it does. We know that it's a challenge. We know that it's sweaty to get out there and do things that you aren't used to doing. But little by little.
Should we tell them how sweaty we were?
We were earlier. Luckily, it's kind of chilly. Well, we're sweaty because we're both sick. Talk about adversity.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll get more into that later, maybe, if we feel like it. I think we sound wonderful.
Yeah,
I don't think we sound congested.
Well, thank goodness for tea, honey, and shield spray.
And Dayquil.
Yeah, and Dayquil.
So what we're trying to say is, as you break out of your comfort zone, you're going to have an easier time dealing with new and unexpected things. So if you're sitting and you're living in a comfort zone and a challenge comes into your life, you're not going to have built up that muscle that helps you deal with challenges and changes. But if you're someone that consistently challenges yourself and pushes the envelope, when there is a challenge in your life, you're going to be up to the task to come up with solutions that are going to help you handle the situation.
Absolutely.
And that's why it's so important to not live just within your comfort zone.
Absolutely. Amen.
Amen to that, sister.
So we are ready to break free. That's exactly why we are on this call. I love this slide because she is just breaking free. She is breaking out. Here we go. Sorry. She is breaking free and she's breaking out. And that's what we're going to teach you how to do today. That's why you're absolutely on this call, is it not? Raise your hand. Give me a high five. Woohoo! That's why you're on this call today.
Hands are up.
Yeah, woo! Lots of hands. Lots of hands.
Thank you. Okay, the lesson.
So how to break free from your comfort zone. This, when I was going over our notes for this, the one thing that everybody always says is do something different every day. Do something different every day. That's how you're going to go out of your comfort zone. But when I really thought about it, I don't want to do something every day different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do something different every day. It's hard to think of something
coming
different.
up with something new and exciting to do every day in your life
is hard.
That can get a little exhausting and expensive.
Yeah. So I thought of saying doing everyday things differently to change it up. Sounded so much better to me, so much easier.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a wonderful tip. Can you give us an example?
So changing your way to work.
The way you drive to work.
The way you drive to work.
Yeah.
Instead of going, and also instead of if you go to a coffee place, don't always go to the same one. Change it up. Go to a different one.
Talk about meeting new people that way. And this is so key, because this goes back to what we were talking about taking small steps towards getting outside your comfort zone. It's exercising that muscle of being brave. Right. Your bravery is a muscle, just like everything else.
My God. Yes, I do. Yeah. That is.
We should put that on the slide. Yeah. Instagram, here we come. All right.
We're learning new things all the time. all these nuggets. Are you taking notes? So take small steps. Make time to make new decisions. You need to take time when you're making a decision, really take time out and really, is this a good decision? Is it a bad decision? How is this going to affect me down the road? Is it going to affect me now? That type of thing. That's a way for you to, kind of weigh out getting into your comfort zone, kind of like how Jill weighed out if she was going to take that contract or not. She weighed out the differences, if she took it or didn't she. And 14 years later, wow, she's almost made $1 million. I mean, that's incredible. So, making quick decisions and sticking with them. I know that's kind of condescending after I just said.
It's not condescending, it's contradicting.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We try not to be condescending.
Oh, you're right.
Because especially with each other. But yes, so we encourage you. This is a little confusing. So we encourage you to definitely, when there is a big decision to make and you're making the decisions on where to step outside your comfort zone, make good decisions. Make sure that you're thinking it through. And yes, this is something that I want to do. You can pick and choose where you reach out. But also, it's been said that people that make decisions quickly and stick with them are more successful.
True.
So once you look at all the facts and you've taken your time to look at the facts, don't sit and dwell. So that's where you're taking your time to analyze, but then once you've done it and you've made that decision, now you execute and you make it quick. Because sitting and mulling and not sure, opportunities will pass you by time and time again. So we analyze, we take the time to analyze, but then we make a quick decision and we stick with our quick decision. And that's going to help us really reach outside the comfort zone.
Yeah, I agree with you. Another way to go out of your comfort zone, this is one of my favorites, is you want to visualize how you feel. So I always tell all of my clients, you want to create your reality. How do you, and they always look at me like, I have a third eye, They always say, what do you mean create my reality? Well, visualize what you want to create. Visualize like it's already happened so that you can step into it, because, believing isn't always seeing. Believing is seeing with your mind's eye that is already happening, so that you can actually viscerally feel that it's already happened, so that when you go out there and do it, it's already second nature. So you're already now, since you've already visualized it already happening, you've already visualized that networking event, you've already visualized being there, then when you're there, you're in your comfort zone. It's easy. You're already there. You've already shook hands with the strangers, right? It's easy peasy. So visualize how things are going to roll. The other thing is visualize something that you're afraid of doing. I often visualize, which I'm absolutely petrified to do, but my best friend wants me to skydive with her, and I am absolutely petrified. And so I keep visualizing myself jumping out of a plane.
Are you going to do that?
I even choked her up. See, if Jessica was on here, she probably would.
Are you going to jump out of a plane?
I'm visualizing it, possibly.
So I'm never going to jump out of a plane, but I will talk a little bit about visualizing, because I am a private pilot, and when we're learning how to fly, and we're encouraged by our instructors to do what's called chair flying. So basically, you just sit in a chair and you imagine everything you go through from takeoff to landing. And the amazing thing about doing that is, when I know that I'm going to go on a solo flight, it's still a little daunting for me. I've only been a pilot for about 5 years. So if I chair fly before I go and put myself in that situation where I'm super comfortable, then it comes to fruition, because then it all just flows really nicely. So when you're imagining doing something that you're feeling a little jittery about, or you're not sure, if you visualize it happening the way you want it to happen,
right?
Visualize the outcome the way you want it to be. It's not only going to actually happen the way you want it to happen from the law of attraction, but it's also going to be a lot more comfortable for you to do it, because you're going to have already in your mind been in that situation before.
Right.
And it's going to be easier and more comfortable for you, even though you're outside your comfort. Making outside your comfort zone feel comfortable.
Yeah,
maybe that's what we're going to call this thing the next time.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
I know.
Yeah, I agree.
What's last?
So the other thing is to track your progress. Get a notebook. You know, I'm huge on this. I'm huge on being grateful, and I'm huge on writing things down to track your progress and going back and figuring out, hey, I did that. You know, I had a great day way back when. And, you know, visualization and what you did and what you asked for a year ago, and look how far I've come. Because, you know, knowing how far you've come and where you are today is a huge thing, to know how far you've gotten out of your comfort zone and how far you have grown. So I highly suggest your homework on this call is to get a notebook and start writing.
And if you already journal, I would also encourage you to go back and look, and maybe buy yourself a packet of little gold stars, or at least have a colored pen. And you'll be surprised at how many times maybe you did reach out of your comfort zone already that you didn't realize you were. And give yourself a little star. Anytime you have an activity that you're tracking, or something that happened in your day and it was something that took you outside of your comfort zone, reward yourself for that. Gold stars, gold stars.
Yes, yes. So thank you for the feedback, everybody. We really appreciate it. And so,
okay.
I love it.
So first we talked for all this time about getting outside your comfort zone. And now we're going to talk about climbing back into it, which I know sounds a little contradictory.
Contradictory.
Not condescending,
right,
but contradictory.
I know. A couple of my teammates would be very proud of me that I learned a new word.
All right. So the thing about it is it's self-care. And we've all heard that term before, but digging a little deeper into it, there's certain things that are in your comfort zone that do serve you. Even though there's some things that aren't serving you, there's a lot of things that do. Like for me, sitting on my couch with my livestock and petting my dog and petting my cat and just zoning out to Netflix, that's my comfort zone. I haven't taken that out of my life completely. I still really do enjoy it. And Tiffany's going to talk a little bit about why you do need to revisit your comfort zone and have a healthy comfort zone for you to get back into on a regular basis, how important that is.
I'm really glad you clarified livestock, because you said sit on the couch with your livestock, and the first thing I thought of was a cow.
If I had a cow, he'd be on my couch, but I don't have a cow. So.
But going back into your comfort zone, I'm sure people would love that. So I just had to clarify. That's the greatest part about doing things live. So going back into your comfort zone is you get to process your experiences. That's one thing I love about journaling, is you get to process your experiences and going back. But not only that, when you journal at the end of the night, I love to journal in the morning when I first get up, and I love to write my gratefuls and everything, how I want the day to process out. But when I have exciting things happen during the day, I journal at night before I go to bed, or right after dinner, and I say what experiences I had, because you never know how that's going to transform for time to come, you know.
And when you're processing your experiences, when you're in your comfort zone, that's the perfect time to think to yourself, what is the best thing that happened today? Because chances are it was something that was outside your comfort zone.
Oh, good.
But then when you bring it in and you invite it into your comfort zone, now you're going, yeah, it's all actually just part of my whole comfortable world. Right?
True. Yeah, actually. So when you return to your comfort zone, you find, like what she said, that you expand your comfort zone and you have a hedonistic adaptation, the natural tendency to be impressed by new things, only to have the incredible become ordinary after a short time, which is you're expanding your comfort zone, and your comfort zone becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. And those those big things now are ordinary, right? So a way to combat that, so that those big things and those little things become ordinary in your life, is to try smaller things and to appreciate the smaller things in your life, and and to change things up, like we talked about. Go to a different coffee shop. Try a different way to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wear something completely loud. I dare you to do that. Challenge yourself to broaden your horizons, right? In different ways.
I have loud stuff.
Anyways, so go out of your comfort zone.
And as you're doing those things, remember to revisit your comfort zone to make yourself, to just get back to self.
Yes, absolutely. It's always, you always want to come back to center. Always come back to yourself.
Yes.
You know I love you.
I do.
You never, ever want to give up. We're in this process together. We are here as a tribe. You're all here on this call together because you are here to raise your vibration, to become better people, to go out of your comfort zone. Just by being on this call, you already went out of your comfort zone. But, you know, just know that all of us are collective in this energy together, and you now have a tribe. You may not know who they are, and you may not know, but know that they are part of the Rise Up and Shine family, and you are too. And we are here to lift you as you climb to new heights and to help you grow and become the person that you're supposed to become and create the reality that you want to create in your world.
Do you want to take, we have a little bit of extra time. Do you want to see if there's any questions? Let's look at our comments.
Okay, let's look at our comments. Does anybody have any questions? So Lou says, ha ha ha, the third eye.
She's not jumping out of a plane either, so that's good.
John says, great job, ladies. May I have a copy?
Yes, we're going to have copies. We'll be posting that so that you can share it.
Fabulous. Does anybody else have any copies? Or does any questions?
When is your next event? Well, we're going to talk about that.
Yep, we're going to talk about that.
We have a couple things coming up. We weren't going to talk about Rise Up and Shine 2019 on this call, but we will mention it to you. We do have a 2-day event coming up in July. Mm-hmm. And if you go to riseupandshine.com, and I'll include the link when I put the links in the messages in a little while, then you can see more about that there. We also have a couple of offers for those of you that are on the call today.
Yes.
Our first offer is, drumroll please, a 30-minute private session.
We forgot one slide.
We want to encourage you to believe in yourself.
We forgot a slide.
Yeah, so excited. Okay. Some more tips on getting outside your comfort zone.
So, believe in yourself. Don't worry about what other people think. I tell my team that all the time. It's not what other people think. It's what you think about yourself. And if you ever have trouble about what other people think, go look in the mirror and have a stern talk with yourself, because it's all about self-love. Push yourself to the next limit, to the next level. Always push yourself to be better and inspire yourself to do great things. Surround yourself with those that lift you up, like us.
Yes.
Surround yourself with us. We are
everybody else here.
Yes, and everybody else. This is your tribe. We are here to lift you up as you climb. And take chances. You only live once. That's what YOLO means. You only live once. So live your dash. That is the time between you're born and the time that you die. So live your dash and live it to the fullest. And that's what we talk about here.
So we would love the opportunity to talk to each one of you that was on this class today individually. So we're offering a 30-minute comfort zone breakout session. And what we will do during that time is one of us will be on the phone with you or on a Zoom call with you, and we're going to talk about your comfort zone and where that lies and help you identify that, what has you stuck, and then we're going to identify some ways for you to start breaking out of it and get you some actual personal tools as opposed to the things that we were teaching everybody today, something specific for you. So one of the links that we're going to put in the messages below, and this is the first time we've done this, so bear with us. I'm going to have to get back on the Zoom where we had the feedback to put the links. But we're going to figure it all out.
Yeah.
So don't jump off right away when we're done. We're going to get these links onto the message for you. But you can also go to our Facebook page to get the links that we'll have. So we'll have the links to Rise Up and Shine 2019. We're going to have the link to our calendar so that you can book your 3 30-minute sessions if you want to. And
drum roll, are you ready?
We have the link to.
We are so excited to announce
Focus Connection.
Yes.
So Tiffany and I are going to be having our first 10-week program. And this is all about getting you focused. We're going to help you define your purpose and clarify your vision for this next year coming up. And then once we do that, in the second half of the program, we are going to talk all about connection, how to develop and nurture connections with other people to help you grow.
Yep. And you're going to have weekly calls with us. So you get to have us one-on-one. Well, there'll be group coaching, but they'll be live with us. You'll have weekly assignments to where we're going to hold you accountable and daily inspiration that you will have with us live. And then you will have a private Facebook group where you will be able to lift each other up as you grow. So you'll be able to talk about your assignments. You'll be able to have coaching buddies assigned so that you can work on them together. And we'll probably be every week changing those up so you guys can really form connections within each other.
That's what it's all about. And we're going to have a private Facebook group so that you can post and keep everybody motivated. And I just want to say, Tiffany, I can't even think of anyone better than Tiffany to get into something like this with. She's the one that helped me find my focus almost a year ago when I was kind of not really sure the direction I wanted to go. And she showed me, look, you're meant to be a coach. And she encouraged me to jump into my business coaching program. And then she started introducing me to people and teaching me how to nurture those connections. So we're so excited to share with you this 2-step process of really making a difference in your life, whether it be a personal motivation or a business motivation. This is gonna apply. It's super, super exciting. So this is our pilot program.
Yes.
And the very, very exciting thing about being in a pilot program is you get a really, really good deal.
Yes.
So when we're offering this in the future, it's going to be $1,500 for 10 weeks, and for the pilot program, it's only $150. So $50 a month for anybody that's going to jump into our pilot program. We're so excited because this is the foundation of our tribe.
Yes.
The people that are going to be on this. So that is our wonderful offer to you tonight. And I'm going to jump on the Zoom.
And I'm